I am the Overlord. Group D.
That means it's time for Hyvaa versus Modesty. This is a team kill. So not only is it Zerg versus Zerg, it's teammate versus teammate, which adds to the drama. These guys aren't even smiling right now, which is kind of creepy. You usually see the teammates typing back and forth, kind of chuckling like, whatever wins, I'll buy you dinner after or something like that if I beat you or something like that. But, yeah, these guys stone-faced. But here we go. I have a type in GG already. Come on, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. You could do it. Here we go. Group Z on La Mancha. Except, down at the 5 o'clock position in blue is Modesty. So Modesty blue. Over at the 8 o'clock position, scouting diagonally, is Hyvaa. Now, usually, when a Zerg player scouts diagonally, that indicates they want to go for an early expand, a 12-hatch type of build, to hide their overlord and keep the other Zerg player from scouting them sooner. The observers are kind of looking at that overlord, trying to spot that. Now, it's been a while since I've seen this in a ZVZ, the diagonal scout from a Zerg player, so things might have changed since the last time I saw that. But yeah, I'd say expect an early expand from Hyvaa, trying to hide that overlord. It's difficult to tell which direction Hyvaa is eventually going to go toward, but yeah, he might just go straight diagonally. But as I said, this is a team matchup. Hyvaa hasn't really been on STX that long, and that could account for the fact that the guys weren't really joking around at the beginning of the game. So, since Hyvaa was cast off from Eastro, which exploded, Eastro is gone now, no more Eastro. I've been hearing some rumors of a couple of other teams thinking about consolidating or closing down. STX, oh, I haven't mentioned this. I didn't mention this in the Calm game from yesterday, which I should have. But STX just put up every single one of their players for trade. Every single one. All the B teamers, all the A teamers. As both players are 12 hatching, by the way. But yeah, every player. Calm, Cal, Hero, Bogus. Both of these guys are all up for trade. Now, this doesn't mean that they're all going to be traded, but STX, it seems, is looking for a big shakeup, a huge shakeup of their player lineup. Now, if I were on STX, I would be pretty sad right now. Could be another reason why these guys weren't joking around. But yeah, all of them are up for trade. Now, I'd say expect maybe 3 to 4, maybe even fewer than that. Maybe even no one traded out of this deal. Because typically when you see big players put up for trade, the teams won't quite go for them because they just can't afford them. Like a player like Calm, he's an MSL champion, and a lot of teams just can't afford that. And now you'd think that someone like Hwaseon Oz might want to pick up a player like Khan. Well, not even that. Calm, not Khan. What am I talking about? But yeah, thinking of all the teams, I can't really think of one that would pick up a player like Calm. Because they're both... All the teams are paying so much for 1 or 2 players. Usually, like Hwaseon Oz, they spend so much on Jaedong. Yeah, don't expect them to pick up too many players like that. And they might get somebody out of this trade, but... Yeah, players like Calm are so expensive right now. Of course, STX, one of their strategies might be to sell the players for a lower price, like kind of undervalue them so they can get newer talent. That's just what they're looking for, new talent, a big shakeup. But other than that, it's pretty crazy. There's never been anything like this in the sport, in esports. The whole team gets put up for trade. So there's no telling what's going to actually happen, if anyone's going to be traded or not. But it's so interesting. Of course, remember back in the Bogus OSL finals when Jaedong was put up for trade. His parents thought he was getting a raw deal or something, so he was put up for trade, and no one got him because no one could afford Jaedong. Not to mention Jaedong wanted to stay on his team, and I think everyone kind of understood that, so they didn't go for him. I would have loved to see Jaedong on Samsung Com, by the way. Stork and Jaedong fighting together, hell yeah! But it didn't work. Jaedong is a really expensive player, but here comes Modesty sneaking by with a couple of Zerglings inside the main, 2 of them, in fact, and this is enough to pick off drones. But some nice drone micro from Hyvaa. Let's see if we can keep this drone alive. One more shot on that drone, I think it would have gone down. It's down 2 health. Oh man, Modesty takes it down. I think he took down that drone. It's difficult to tell since all the drones were kind of stuck together there, but I think he took down that drone. So some good sniping from Modesty right out of the gate. Now, it seems that Hyvaa let another Zergling sneak by. So, oh man, this is not good for him. He's got to keep those Zerglings away from the drones. Just lost a drone, so that is not good, especially this early in a ZVZ. And from mirrored builds, obviously the disadvantage is going to keep snowballing for Hyvaa if he can't go out there and snipe one of Modesty's drones. But both players have their spires coming up at about the same time. And the Zerglings attacking each other in the middle of the map. I think Modesty can take this if he gets a good enough arc. But no, Hyvaa, it seems, is the one to take that engagement. But there are some reinforcements coming in from Modesty to clean this up. And Hyvaa, I think he might be sneaking by with some Zerglings to snipe some drones. It looks like he'll be able to snipe a drone. There are no Zerglings back here to protect these drones at all. But Hyvaa might be able to takes down one drone. He's sneaking inside of the main. So Modesty, he's got to keep him back. Modesty does have a Muta out. But Modesty, I'm surprised he didn't take a lot more drone kills there, but he took a couple inside of the main. So Hyvaa more than evened up that loss from earlier. So that was actually pretty fantastic from Hyvaa to take that engagement. But okay, then we're going to see some big Muta battles in the middle. Well, yeah, that's a big Muta battle. One Muta versus one. Big battles! But Hyvaa still chasing everyone around. Chasing the Mutas around. Here comes a single Zergling yet again from Modesty inside of Hyvaa's main. Wasn't able to snipe anything that time. And now it seems that Modesty has enough Mutas that he can defend his front. Both players playing a bit defensively now, trying to keep away the sneaky Zergling run-bys. And okay, Modesty getting a little bit more brave, sneaking into the middle, looking for things to snipe, looking for Zerglings to snipe most likely. And now some Scourge coming into play for Modesty. So Modesty has his Scourge trailing behind. I'm going to try to snipe this Overlord. He does snipe the Overlords. It's a big loss for Hyvaa being chased around. Some Scourge coming in now from Modesty. And Hyvaa's going to have to back off, I think. Both players have about the same amount of Mutas, but the Scourge did land on Hyvaa. Some extra Scourge coming in. Landing on the Mutas. Modesty doing a good job sniping Hyvaa's not Mutas, but Scourge. He takes down the Scourge. So I don't think any Scourge from Hyvaa landed on Modesty, but Modesty got quite a few Scourge off on Hyvaa. And now Hyvaa, it looks like he has fewer Mutas up in the air as some more Zerglings, just a couple of Zerglings sneaking by to take out drones. I think that Modesty might be able to do this. He has the Scourge to chase down. That's it. For Hyvaa, he runs out of everything, and I think it's going to be GG for him. He just pumped 3 more Mutas from that hatchery. But, yeah, being surrounded, Modesty, there's the GG. And that is why I said this group was good for Modesty, because this is his specialty, ZVZ. And that was well played by Modesty, the leader of this group. So I just realized I forgot to give the Who's Screwed, Who's Not So Screwed score sheet for this. If Hyvaa wins, Modesty's out. Hyoka's guaranteed. Obviously, that didn't happen. So, if Modesty wins, there may be tiebreakers, but everything is still pretty much up in the air. Now that Modesty has won, everything is pretty much up in the air. We might see some tiebreakers, upper rung, lower rung, but anything is possible from this point. This group is still up there. This has been Nuke. The final week of the round of 16 is coming up, and I will be there to cast it. See you guys then.